Hello. Uh.
I'm sorry. I'm coughing. I'm coughing, people. What's going on, everyone? We're about to kick this beach off. The last show of the year. We're going to burn this one down. Let me check my levels. Alright, cool. We got the levels going. We about to kick into this. Last show of the year, people. Show some love. We about to talk about nothing. If you got stuff in the chat you want to talk about, let me know. Because I don't have an agenda.
Alright, people, we are going to start the show.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to JBuck Studios. JBuck Live, the last Tuesday of 2020. You know what that means? 2021. Everything's going to be better, right? Probably not. What is going on, everyone? Let me know who's in the chat. We already have some fine people over there finishing out the year, like I said. Also, TikTok, what is going on? We got some people over on TikTok. I am live over there. If you haven't, follow me over there on the TikToks. The TikToks, and people on TikTok, if you haven't follow me on YouTube. We got Skull Queen in here. We have Mr. I-100. What is going on, sir? And then Toast. We got Toast in here. Throw in that butter. We got Toast. Butter him up, people. Butter him up. Again, I don't have an agenda tonight. I don't want it to just be me essentially bitching the whole time about stuff. And I don't really want to talk about movie news, even though this is supposed to be a movie news show. There isn't movie news, as you are aware of that. And I'll kind of explain where this JBuck Live might be going in the new year and everything like that. But how's everyone's holidays? How's everyone's Christmas? How has everyone been doing? What has been going on? Let me know in the chat. For myself, I think I mentioned we had Christmas over Thanksgiving, actually. So me going home for Christmas was kind of weird because there was no Christmas decorations. There was no presents. Old Santa Claus did not come visit us. But instead, I kind of just hung out with my family, you know, just kind of chillaxed for a couple days. The one thing I will say, and hopefully my parents aren't watching, but I will never be able to live back there if they are wanting that for me. Internet, very slow. There's nothing to do, and there's nothing to watch on the television screen. I tried to stay busy, essentially. Tried to stay busy, hung out with the family. We watched a lot of How Did This Get Made? Apparently they only like watching like 2 channels, so that's kind of what we did, was just How Did This Get Made was kind of what was going on. It's either movies, games, politics, or the apocalypse for 2020. Yes, Skull Queen, those are the topics indeed. Those are basically the only things that we talk about is, you know, one week we're talking about stimulus checks here in America, then we're talking about killer bees, then we're talking about how Wonder Woman ruined movies for everyone, and then it just kind of recycles from there. Let's just say I had a good Christmas thanks to Soul, but bad thanks to Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah. As you might know, if you were on any sort of social media the last, 4 days, there's been a lot of... The word seems to be discourse. Everyone likes to use that word now. It wasn't really a word that a lot of people are using, but buzzword, ding people. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm just going to say that whole situation, and I'm not discounting anyone's opinions, Yeah, no, Skull Queen, I am not going to spoil anything. Don't worry, no spoilers here. No spoilers here. But I'm just going to say how myself reacted and how everyone reacted to the situation, because there was a lot of love for it. There was a lot of hate for it. I was on the side of I didn't think it was a great movie. That whole situation of quote-unquote hashtag film Twitter has made me really rethink a lot of what I'm doing, because it is not fun. And some people are saying conversation, discourse, that whole thing, that's what the film community is about. Maybe for you, maybe for other people, that is not why I'm part of this. I am doing this because I love movies. I love making people laugh. I want to do those two things. But when someone is yelling at another person because they didn't like a fictional character, that is bonkers to me. I understand where people are coming from, but I'm just like, why? Find another hobby. Go do something. Stay off social media, people. Again, like I said, this is going to be me just basically ranting the whole time, because I was just having Christmas and it was just social media after social media, just people being nasty to each other. Nasty out there. Stop being nasty. But yeah, film Twitter is very toxic. Yeah, Skull Queen, you can say that for sure. Hey, we got some fun, lovely people over here on TikTok. What is going on? You guys have questions, movie questions, or anything you want to talk about? Let me know for sure. Yeah, toxic is definitely the word, Skull Queen. And I don't even want to get into it. But that does kind of usher into what JBuck Live has sort of become. And I guess I'm trying to think how I want to take this show moving forward, because I love movies and I love having fun, but it definitely did, and let me know in the chat if you agree, that this show kind of became a news recap show where I was getting a bunch of news stories, I was basically just regurgitating them at you, and that was it. I mean, there was a few commercials, a few fun things in between there, but it honestly, without me really knowing, it sort of morphed into something that I don't like. Not me being here and hanging out with you guys, but basically the content that I was putting together. And the funny thing is, last year the same thing happened where I was doing all of these lists, and it was just me being like, I don't like doing this anymore. I want to keep doing JBuck. Basically, this is going to be Jared's therapy hour for people. So strap in, put on your therapy hats, and just kind of tell me, pick me apart. But I again, it's like I have all of these aspirations and ideas and stuff, and then it just completely morphs into something absolutely different, and I just didn't have fun doing it. And that's why, like, JBuck Live, I think it's not going to go away. It might be a potential thing where we retool it for a while, but I'm trying to think if it's just me talking and we're having a conversation for an hour and maybe talk about some film stuff, because reporting on the news for films and entertainment right now is very sparing, but also it was me kind of like reaching for things, reaching for news stories, trying to find concrete things, concrete ideas and thoughts and whatnot. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, sure, maybe I can report something, but then we kind of just talk about it for a while. Let's see what some of you guys over on TikTok and YouTube are saying. Reaction Life is saying, haven't heard anything about G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Honestly, no one really has. I mean, that movie, I remember the logo came out of nowhere. Like, it was just boom, right then and there, and it's like, hey, this is coming out soon. I'm assuming that, much like all of the other movies of 2020, it has been delayed for a while. Maybe if I looked it up, it's probably coming. I want to say August or September of 2021, but I could be way off with that. And that's the funny thing is, at the end of the year, everyone does their best, worst, and most anticipated movies of 2020 and then 2021. I am having a tough time piecing together 10 movies that are the worst and 10 movies that are the best. Like, I saw a lot of movies that were just fine, and I saw a lot of movies that were bad, but nothing that was like absolutely trash fire awful, like enough of to get 10 essentially. So I might have to do 5. I might have to do top 5, to be honest. And then it's funny because you do the most anticipated lists. Last year's videos from everyone amounted to nothing because none of these movies even came out. So I don't even know if I'm going to do one. It might be just a conversation video of being like, hey, this is what's coming out. It might change, honestly. Like, that's kind of what I think is going to happen. Mr. I-100, I'm honestly glad that I saw it on HBO Max, referring to Wonder Woman as well. Hey, what's going on? Speed Force Life sent 1 fire. What is going on? Thank you so much for the fire, sir or madam. Let's see here. Mr. I-100 is saying, honestly, I'm glad that I saw it, Wonder Woman 84, on HBO Max instead of the theaters. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10, and yeah, stay away from that because I'm afraid of people being very upset of my opinion. Mr. I-100, no, like, I am, I'm right there. If you watch my review, watch my critiques, and then my rating, I'm about there with you as well. And again, people really loved it, and I'm not going to take that from them. And people that hated it, I'm not going to, steer into that. I want people to enjoy film for what it is and all of that stuff. This feels better. YouTube frightens me. We got Captain Cinema. What is going on? He's jumping over from YouTube back to his home on TikTok. People watching on TikTok and people that are on YouTube, if you aren't following Captain Cinema, jump over to TikTok and give him a follow. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. He's doing a lot of fun skits over there. But yeah, Wonder Woman has been just a Christmas Krampus. That's what it is. Krampus came on Halloween, essentially. He came on not Halloween, on Christmas in more than one way. I really like your opinions. It's facts. Well, Reaction Life, I thank you so much, man. I appreciate you liking my opinions and everything like that. So I don't know. Some of this stuff we're gonna continue, but I think it's definitely gonna retool because in the last few, probably 2 months, something finally clicked where, and maybe you guys agree with me, but someone said, Jared, you're not really a film critic, you're more of an entertainer. And at first, I took a little bit of offense to that. But then, 2, it made me really think, because I'm thinking to myself, oh, wow, you are 100% correct, where I like talking about films, but I didn't go to film school. I'm not going into the technical aspect. I'm not trying to write an article for Variety, for the Wall Street Journal and stuff like that. It's just weird because this movie sphere is centered around press and being prestige, but like, I want to have fun and be goofy and all of this other stuff. Like, it's yeah, Seth. I was watching it. I was watching it right before this because Seth, you had recommended it to me, and I'm really loving it. That's another thing. I got to give a shout out. Rick Glassman. It's a podcast. Take Your Shoes Off podcast. It is hilarious. It is weird. It is right up my alley of them doing essentially a video podcast like you've seen, but they do these weird, funny comedy sketches in between. So yeah, check that out. God, that's so weird and funny. But yeah, that podcast, I'm very much excited to check that out after I'm done with this. But let's see what you guys are saying. Some of the things. Yeah, Tyler Calvert saying JBuck on the street. Yeah, I gotta call up Billy on the street and get him to hook me up with some Billy on the street action, essentially, for 2021. Somehow the film community. But I will say, again, I'm all scatterbrained tonight and whatnot. I think JBuck Live, I might switch it up where every episode, I wouldn't say is different, but it's like I might be playing video games one night and we're just hanging out. Or, again, we're doing this situation where it's Q&A and us just chatting. But I also might bring on guests. I think that might be fun because I know that you guys really enjoyed the episodes where Nolan came on and we kind of had just a conversation. So I think it'd be fun if there were certain guests out there, some people that you'd like to have on for maybe, a 20-minute section of the show or potentially the whole episode, and we're just kind of BSing, we're talking about whatever, maybe movies for a little bit, but if that conversation steers into a completely different realm, basically it would be movies and nonsense, but live. That's one idea I've kind of been throwing around. And if you guys are interested in that, I could probably try to get one guest a month. And I think that that'd be really fun and really cool as well. Again, thank you everyone jumping in here on TikTok. We have Harry and we have Eric. What is going on? You too. Thank you so much. Jumping over to YouTube, though. Skull Queen, I wonder if you can report on films at the end of every month or bi-monthly, but throughout the rest of the month, you can do live stream fun and wing it. Play games, mock some trailers, commercials, etc. Skull Queen, that is actually a really good idea because one person that does live streams that I really enjoy and I love the banter between people is Dan Jensen. A good friend of the channel, good friend in, I would say in real life and everything. I really like his structure of how he does movie trivia, but if we're going to have a conversation in between those trivia questions, or even before or after, that's really fun to do. And I know that I haven't tuned into his live streams as much as I've wanted, life, busy, all of that stuff. But I will say, and I got to give a shout out to him, he's probably not watching, but Dan Jensen, he is part of Group X. They just dropped a new album. Go and check it out, Group X. Really, really cool because I've talked to him previously, and that's... Oh, there he is. There he is in the chat. Give Dan Jensen all the love, people, because he just put out an awesome album. It is really cool to see people not necessarily succeed, but like essentially have dreams come true. So I think that that's really, really cool. Yes, show him all the love, people. Even though he's saying he's a jerk, no, show him some love. Lost in the Reel, what's going on? You're a film lover who is also very entertaining. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm in this weird sphere where I don't really belong anywhere, and it's honestly felt that way through college, school, life, friends and stuff where I don't know, it's weird where I really like this, I really like that, I really like that, but it's just trying to mend all of that together. I will say, these movie watch through and reactions, I have a ton of ridiculous ideas to hopefully bend that genre a little bit that I want to start doing January 1st. Plus, there's like 3 other things that I'm really trying to work on, and I really want to get to them. I don't know. Let's see here. Dan is saying, dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love. No, people, jump in there. Jump over. Show Dan some love. Go get the album. Show Group X love because, again, this guy is... Whatever. If you can dream it, you can do it. That's basically what he's doing. We got Toast last night. Was a blast. Isn't that a good thing to not belong anywhere? That means you are different than anyone and everything out there. Honestly, Lost in the Reel, you're making a lot of sense right now. And it just feels weird because if and when people invite me onto podcasts, I just feel... I ask people before we record, what am I allowed to do? And I understand that there's like swears and, kind of adult humor and, certain areas that we're not supposed to go. But a lot of the time I'm like, what can I do? Because 1, I don't want to ruin your channel. But 2, what is the mood we're going for? Because I can be completely serious and like put this face shield on and pretend, or I can literally like take my pants off and then just go with the flow. It's It's weird. Whatever the hell you want me to do, I can do. I'm a chameleon. I'm a chameleon, people. What's going on, Chris, Corey, and 7769 username? We got some fun people over on TikTok as well. I will say, I'm going to give myself a plug because I gave Dan Jensen a plug. Again, Dan Jensen, Group X. Go check it out. TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, all you people on the YouTubes, jump over there. Give me a follow at JBuck Studios. I'm putting a lot of... I found that this has been like a nice creative outlet because I'm able to do movie stuff, but also complete random obscure nonsense. Comedy sketches, weird stuff that just does not really work on YouTube. Like, it's very much short form, like a 7-second joke that I would put into a 15-minute video. I can now just use that 7-second joke onto TikTok, so it's really cool. Let's see here. We have Mr. I-100, Jared. However, you ever plan to episode react for WandaVision and the Falcon? Honestly, Mr. I-100, thank you so much for bringing that up and asking that, because that was one thing that I really, really, really wanted to do this year, was to do the live episode reactions of The Mandalorian and then cut them down and what, other people on YouTube do. However, I was gone 2 or 3 of those weeks, so reviews would have been inconsistent. But for WandaVision and Winter Soldier, a lot of that Disney Plus content that's coming out, because from what I've heard, Disney is a little bit more lenient with copyright issues and whatnot. So I absolutely want to do that. That is one thing that I'm very much looking forward to, and fingers crossed I can get the tech in order to be able to do that. So instead of doing essentially episode recaps like I did with Mandalorian Season 2, it would be live, or not live, but it would be reactions, and I'm sure I'd have to edit it and cut around and do all of that some fun stuff, but also like put jokes and whatnot like my reaction videos that I've been doing lately. So yeah, that is one thing that I definitely want to do, but then also, like I said, I'm going to take movies that I have seen, but there's going to be a twist with those where I'm going to react to them. But again, it's a little bit of a different turn for that. We have John in here. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing on this channel, JBuck. Your reaction videos are wonderful, entertaining. I always enjoy watching them and watching you reacting. Well, John, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, jumping in here. I will be honest, they have been tough. They have been very tough to get through the YouTube copyright algorithm. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to change up the editing style moving forward to trick the system a little bit, if that makes sense. Because right now, I have my I Know What You Did Last Summer first time reaction ready to go. Like, it is edited, it is done, it is on the computer, but I keep getting hit by copyright. So I might have to do what I did with Scream 4 and cut that one into 2 separate videos. I do not want to do that at all. Like, it is something that will be killing me to have to do. But if that's the only way I can get that onto the system, onto YouTube essentially, without spending a week rendering 40 copies, I'm going to have to do that. And again, moving forward, I'm going to change up the editing style for that as well. I need a live stream with both Dan and Jared with their pants down. I mean, what? Actually, you know what's so funny? Skull Queen. I'm talking to you right now, Skull Queen, and Dan as well. I'm ready to let gravity do its thing with my pants. I was messing around with OBS. And that, some behind the scenes, that's how I stream, is through OBS, so I can bring up all of this crazy stuff, like, bring up this stupid screen and take that stupid screen back and transition into whatever the fuck that is. I was messing around with it tonight, and no lie, I can stream to OnlyFans. And I know how much money people are making on OnlyFans, so I'm thinking, would OnlyFans, now Dan, follow me here, would OnlyFans be a viable option for both of us? I think we have the talent, we have the looks, you have the length, I have the girth. I think we're on to something here. It's an idea. Think about that one. Reaction Life is saying, I think Henry Golding will be the next James Bond. If not convinced, watch G.I. Joe Snake Eyes training for G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Yeah, honestly, Reaction Life, I know that he has been one that has been talked about for a long time, kind of in like, the top 5 or top 10 Bond type people that they would cast and whatnot, because I have no clue. I have no clue who they would pick for the next. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at what Dan is saying here. I have no idea who they'd pick for the next Bond. That's interesting. I don't know. I guess people on TikTok, let me know, and also people on YouTube, who would your Bond pick be? Apparently everyone thought that it was funny that Dan has the length, I have the girth. Mr. I-100 is saying, Soul, it was very amazing, and I was shocked that it was the most mature Pixar movie I had ever seen. It's definitely top 10 best movies of 2020. I cannot agree more. I-100, I had almost like a life-changing moment watching Soul, because that scene where the guy comes out of like kind of the lost soul realm and pops into that finance position, and he's like, what am I doing here? And throws his computers off of his desk. That's exactly how I felt quitting my job about a year and a half ago. Some behind the stories. I don't talk much about my actual personal life because I am a closed off, crazy person. That's basically what my life was. I was having to dress up every single day. I was sitting in front of 3 computers. It was draining. I just couldn't do it anymore. So like, obviously this became a thing because of that. I was just using all of my time working. But one thing that I didn't realize the first time watching Soul, I picked it up the second time, is when the movie starts, it says Pixar Presents, but it never shows the title screen for Soul until the very end, which maybe I'm dumb and I didn't pick it up the first time, but the second time when I picked it up and they had that Soul at the very end, that means that the movie or his life is just starting, which I thought, again, like you're saying, it's the most adult, mature Pixar movie that relates to a lot of adults. That's exactly one thing that almost like hit me even harder, was like, oh, that character was just drifting through life, and now he can finally start living. He finally has his soul. He finally has a purpose, essentially. Again, if you haven't seen Soul on Pixar or Disney Plus, what are you doing? Go and watch Soul right now. It is bananas. It is awesome. It is one of the best movies this year. Toast is saying, speaking of Mandalorian, I know I said this a dozen times, but I've completed season 1 this week, and I was absolutely blown away. I'm planning on watching the next episode on season 2 tonight. Oh, Toast, you are in for a treat, sir. One, let me know what you thought of, what was your favorite episode of season 1. I really want to know, because I know season 1 meandered a bit. There was some episodes I absolutely loved, some I just didn't care for. So I'm curious, as someone who just watched it for the first time, I want to know what your reaction to certain episodes were. Let me know, Toast. And then we got one from Balin in here, or hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Your thoughts on movie theaters surviving in 2021. I predict 80% chance that AMC or Regal will close. This has been one thing that I was reporting on quite a bit about movie theaters. It has been said that AMC could have gone bankrupt essentially every single month of 2020. They didn't know what they were doing and trying to turn this all around. From what I've read, the latest thing that they said, that if they can't get big blockbusters and crowds and essentially get that revenue pumping again into their movie theaters by start of quarter 1, which, don't buy stock in AMC. I bought stock and I am regretting that right now. I have lost a significant amount of money. But AMC is the biggest one right now, and they're the ones that are hurting the most. And I think that with their liquidity, their assets, the amount of theaters that they have, I don't think that they will disappear. I don't think that they will um, entirely closed down. I think that it's going to be a thing that AMC closes down a handful of their theaters. Not a handful, a significant portion, maybe let's say 20%. I don't know. Because one, they're the biggest theater chain, but a prime example is the town that I live in. Not the biggest town. There's a Cinemark. There's two Cinemarks. There's three AMCs. There's 2 or 3 local theaters, and I think one smaller independent one. So there's quite a bit of theaters in our area. The three AMCs, though, one I would say is decent. The other 2 are straight out of the 90s, which feels nostalgic at a time because it's, the slanted floors, it's the kind of bench seats, it's all of that feeling and whatnot. But I think that those 2 smaller ones that are in areas that not a lot of people are really going to, and it shows because they don't have that many. A lot of their show times are, I'm the only person in those theaters, but also, I mean, how are those even staying open? So I think that it's a thing where the 3 movie theaters in town of AMC, they're going to close those 2 that no one ever goes to. And also it's a thing moving forward where I think that this is going to change the landscape of movie theaters moving forward, especially since with what WB did with their, releasing in the movie theaters and at home. Movie theaters might become more of a, not necessarily a luxury, but it's going to be a thing where when you go to the movie theaters, you want to have food, you want to have drinks, you want to have alcoholic drinks, you want to have dessert, and you want a nice, comfy, reclining, heat-seated seat. So some of these newer theaters, I think, that are close by, that, maybe in your town, they've gotten a few. I know that the one IMAX over here that they just built, that's the way it is you're paying a little bit more money up front, but you're getting that luxury, you're getting those seats, you're getting that food, you're getting an experience essentially. And I think that is going to be kind of moving forward, is you're not going to see a movie, you're going to have essentially a cinematic experience. Maybe I'm way off. I'm curious what you guys all have to say, especially you people on TikTok. You guys have been real quiet. You haven't been talking. Let me know what your guys' thoughts, or guys and gals' thoughts are. Skull Queen. This is what you do. You get a VPN with ExpressVPN. You get a VPN so then you can get Disney Plus. Say that you live in America, and then boom, you get the benefit of Disney Plus without the not benefit of everyone having a gun here. Toast Media is saying, I saw Soul this Christmas and loved it. Yeah, Toast. Great stuff. Soul is great. Again, people, Hottie Dog 3. Hopefully you've seen Soul. Recommend it. Go check it out, people. Let's see here. If you had to guess which movie will have best fighting scenes, pick G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, or Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. Well, I know that I think you're a fan of G.I. Joe, but I am going to have to go with Shang-Chi just because Marvel knows what they're doing. They've had a great track record, and unfortunately, the last G.I. Joe movie really kind of didn't hit the mark. It was weird. It was one that kind of came and went in my mind. It's not too memorable. Unless the thing is, like you're saying, with Snake Eyes, with Henry Golding, with what they're trying to do with this character and this franchise, it could be a thing where it just is amazing. Like, it has really good fight choreography, but unfortunately, I just don't think that they have the track record to really enforce that. I don't know. Let's see here. Toast is saying chapters 4 and 8 were my favorite episodes of season 1. I'm trying to remember what 4 was, but chapter 8 was really fun and cool, especially that ending for sure. John is saying, are you serious about the 4 fans page and giving us all a treat? Dude, what kind of talking is turning me on? Well done, by the way. No, there is no OnlyFans right now. But the thing is, I'm not going to lie. It's crossed my mind because the amount of people I see that are making a significant amount of money doing it, I'm curious, what is the market for men? Like, are there successful creators on OnlyFans that are males that are pulling in a significant amount of money? or do you need that other factor of a partner or a female potentially to rack in the cash flow? I'm curious about that. Toast is saying the MCU will hopefully save movie theaters next year, especially once Spider-Man 3 releases. Tickets will be sold out for sure. Actually, you're not going to... I think that is going to be one that will get a lot of people back, is Spider-Man, because it's a household name. It's a trilogy. They're apparently bringing everyone in the MCU, everyone and their mom. I think Toast even has a minor role in Spider-Man 3. So I think that could potentially be one, not necessarily bring everyone back, but it could be a big revival for the movie theaters. Again, it's one of those things that we don't know how this is going to play out. Like, did you imagine if I told you in March that you would still be not necessarily stuck at home, but you'd still be doing this 9.5 months later? I would have said that you were bananas. I would have called you bonkers, crazy person. So hopefully movie theaters, society, everything starts to roll out, get a little bit better. You know, everything's, you know, like the way it is. But even going back to my whole most anticipated movies of 2021 video that I don't even know if I'm going to do, because I don't even know if these movies are going to stick the dates, if they're going to be delayed again. Like, I don't even know what is coming out next year. I know every single movie is supposed to come out next year, but when, if, what platform? This is me. You know that emoji of the girl being like, that's me literally every day of my life right now. Mr. I-100. I would be surprised if few theaters started to close, while the others will be the only ones that show the WB movies and Raya. Yeah, it could be a thing where WB is kind of the only ones that are really pushing out movies right now. I will say, Disney claims that they said in their investor meeting, and then they've posted several times, that Wonder Woman, come rain or shine, or not Wonder Woman, Black Widow, come rain or shine, is coming to the movie theaters in May. I want to say it was May 21st. I could be right, I could be wrong. But that is when they are apparently saying that will be released no matter what. I'm curious if it'll be a thing where it's Raya, where it's going to be movie theaters, but also Disney Plus premium access, where you still have to pay that $30 to rent it at home, or you go out to the movie theater. Yeah. Skull Queen. I can imagine in the future that when you enter a movie theater, it's no longer a theater, it's an arena. And instead of seats, you have pod ship thing, and robots deliver. Oh my gosh. Skull Queen, you are steering right into my love of robots and sci-fi and Cyberpunk 2077, where everyone's going to have like robotic arms and legs and all that crazy stuff. Honestly, what you just explained to me, or described essentially, is something I could really see. Like, essentially that scene of the prequels where all of the Senate people are doing their thing, but like the movie is on like a giant sphere somehow, like a hologram. And in this cinematic arena, it's okay to slay anyone who uses a phone. Yes, Dan, I think we need to start workshopping this. I think we need to bring this to movie theaters. This is how we are going to save the movie industry, is by having this giant cinematic arena, and we are just completely kicking ass and whatnot. I hope all theaters would install moving chairs, mist machines, and pump movie sense. Rico calls these features 4DX experience. Actually, yeah, there was, I think one of my buddies actually went to a 4D experience. It was one of the first times that they've put that movie theater. No, never mind. It wasn't 4D. It was Screen X, I believe, where, if you aren't too familiar with this Screen X, you have the normal screen up front, but then there's two screens on the sides that show certain parts of the movie a little bit spread out, or there's lighting effects that make the actual screen more cinematic. So essentially you have a screen kind of all around you. That was a really cool experience. It wasn't that 4D experience that you're saying, kind of like what Disneyland or Disney World has done with I think back in the day it was the Bugs Life ride where they pumped certain scents like a stink bug, and then they also had things like running on the floor and your seats were moving. I think that would be interesting, but I do kind of now that Dan says that, I think that it would be a little bit too distract. It would be a thing that would be an experience type thing. It wouldn't be every single movie I'd want to do that. It'd be the second or third time watching a movie. It'd be like reliving an old classic, potentially, like going and watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on the big screen, and they somehow are able to pump in the candy smells or the dingy smell of the 4 old people sharing one bed. Like, God knows how bad that would smell. I think that would be a way to really utilize 4D and maybe get people on board. But I do agree with Dan where it might be a little bit too distracting for movies that you've already seen or not seen. For movies that you're watching the first time, maybe that's not the way you want to watch them. Let's see here. TikTok people, if you guys have questions, let me know. Throw them in the chat. You're good on your opinion, and I'm just excited for Snake Eyes' origin story. Yeah, and Reaction Life, the thing is, with the people that they have involved with that one, or at least the acting talent, I have somewhat of faith in the movie. But the thing is, it does kind of seem like they've been burying it. It doesn't seem like they've been really talking about it that much. I mean, again, they just, like, essentially one day dropped a logo, and they were like, okay, that's the movie. It's coming out soon. What are you guys talking about? Disney is fighting hard to make sure Black Widow stays in the movie theater exclusive when it comes out. I like it. Yep, Toast. I agree. I do. I will say, I really do miss seeing movies in the movie theater. I mean, it would have been really cool to see Wonder Woman in the movie theater, cinematically. Again, I don't think it would have changed my opinion, of the movie, but I think it would have been really cool to see that on a big screen, movie theater. Let's see. Like, it's crazy that today on Twitter I saw leaks of Lego sets for Eternals. Sad to say that all gets movie instead of the trailer. You know what? Mr. I-100, I am glad you brought that up because I think I saw that same exact picture of the leaked Lego sets. And one, that means that we're probably going to get a trailer soonish, I would assume, because we haven't even gotten, like, a poster. We haven't gotten a teaser. We haven't really gotten set photos or like a promotional photo of Eternals yet. So it could be a thing where with these Lego sets, potentially, we're going to start slowly rolling out more and more stuff for this upcoming Marvel movie, apparently. Interesting. Or maybe it's a thing where the ending of that movie ties in with one of the TV shows or Black Widow or something like that, where there's a reason that we haven't seen anything is because that they're trying to tee it up with this movie and whatnot. But yeah, people be very careful if you don't want any sort of spoilers on Twitter, because yeah, there's been a handful of Lego sets for the Eternals. And the thing is, from what I've seen, it looks interesting. I'll say that. It looks like it's going to be this almost like mystical type movie in the MCU that we have not gotten before, and I don't know anything about the Eternals, so good, bad, who really knows? All right, Toast is saying, I love 4D theaters. The last time I went, saw Alien Covenant in D-Box. D-Box. Yeah, the D-Box ones. Hey, what's going on, Zachary over on TikTok? What is going on, sir? Yeah, the D-Box seating, I think, is really interesting, but the thing is, it's so expensive. Because I think on top of a normal movie theater ticket where I live, it was like $8 more just for the seat that moves maybe a little bit. I know some of them have the bigger speakers in the seats, but yeah, I don't know. Also, Skull Queen and Dan, this is not, this is not a sex chat room. This is not 90s MSN Messenger. Dan is saying that he's just leaking everywhere, and Dan, I mean, right when you said that you're leaking, I'm thinking of that video that you mentioned to me a long time ago, and the video I'm talking about a guy leaking essentially. Yeah, I've been banned from Dave and Buster's. Yeah, what's going on, Hunter? Yeah, I have. I was Unfortunately, I was banned from Dave & Buster's. People on YouTube, if you don't know, again, follow me on TikTok. It's kind of an inside funny joke over there. That is a laser. It looks like Terminator eye. Yep, that your profile pic is a Terminator eye. I will say, I'm trying to think. Well, that's what your username is, Hunter. So I'm gonna just call you that. Unless what's your real name? Let me know in the chat. What is going on, Landon? I'm trying to think of what the hell I was going to talk about. Where was I going with this? I don't know where I was going to go with this. Things coming on my channel, though, recently, or coming. My real name is Hunter. Okay, well, Hunter. There you go. I don't know. I'm thinking about, again, doing the top 10, 2020, top worst, and then anticipated, but it's just like trying to jam it all together. I don't know what's going on. Cobra Kai, that's for sure what I'm going to be checking out. All I can say is we are starting good on Friday, season 3 of Cobra Kai. You know what? I'm curious, who in the chat has watched Cobra Kai? And also on TikTok, who has watched Cobra Kai on Netflix right now, seasons 1 and 2? I really, really, really need to binge seasons 1 and 2 by Friday. And I'm about 1.5 episodes in. And honestly, just from what I remember of The Karate Kid, because it has been years. I don't even think I've seen the whole movie. I've seen bits and pieces. But it makes a thing where it makes, not John, is it Johnny? The blonde-haired kid. I can't remember what his name is. It makes him out to be like this criminal or evil person. And the very first episode of Cobra Kai, it does such a good job of taking the perspective and making you look at it from his point of view. And I am like, holy crap. Like you know what? The other guy, Machio, John Machio or whatever, is the asshole. He comes into this town. He steals the girlfriend. He illegally kicks him in the face. He has the Mr. Miyagi guy beat up all of his skeleton friends. Like, it is a thing that I am really looking forward to. Dan is saying, I saw season 1 prior to it going to Netflix and effing love it, but I haven't gotten around to season 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tyler has the inside scoop. He's halfway through season 3. Yeah, I tried to get season 3, inside scoop. I tried to get season 3 from Netflix, and they did not email me back. So I will try to binge seasons 1 and 2 and then watch season 3 on Friday. Daniel LaRusso is the bully. Yeah, okay. Daniel's the true villain. No, it's true. I mean, that's what it really looks like, because, again, in a legal kick, he stole the girl. He beat up his mentor, or Kimosabi, beat up all of his friends and stuff. So that's the thing, is just from episode 1 of this show so far. And again, I got to watch more of it tonight. But just from episode 1, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, they took this person that is essentially such an iconic villain from the 80s. Because I remember, it's like, put him in a body bag. Like, his buddy yells to him. And they've just completely changed my perspective on it. So yeah, crazy. Or, not Kimosabi, a sensei, there we go. His sensei. But yeah, I gotta check that out. And then I'm trying to think, what the hell even comes out this month for movies? Like, is there any movies that are actually coming to the movie theaters or VOD that are worth seeing in January? I'm curious, because I know Netflix, there's a couple Netflix movies and shows, but I don't think that there's anything like amazing that you need to go out of your way and see. God, what? Let me check quick, because I know that I got a couple screeners, but I don't even know what they're for. But people, if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the chat. We're probably gonna wrap this up in, like 10-ish minutes and everything like that. Let's see here. Lost World, that is not what I want. Yeah, I guess the only thing I was just looking, I guess the new part 2 of the new Transformers animated series is I guess something I'm gonna watch, because I watched the first part. I guess they're breaking it up into like chapters essentially. And the first one came out, I want to say, like 6 months ago. The second part or second chapter of that Transformers fight for Cybertron, I believe, called Earthrise, is coming out next week, I want to say. So that's probably the only thing that's even remotely worth checking out. And again, I haven't even watched it, so that's just on a hunch. Tyler's saying, yeah, January is definitely a wasteland of almost no content. So, yeah, people out there, if you're looking for movies to watch or any sort of content, it's going to be a thing that you're going to be watching movies you missed or watching a lot of stuff that you've already seen before. Other than the little things on HBO Max and One Night in Miami on Amazon Prime, movie-wise, that's all. You know what? Yeah, I'm glad, Mr. I-100, you said that, because One Night in Miami is one that I've heard a lot of good things for, and I'm looking forward to, so definitely that is probably on my watch list. I know a lot of people have already seen it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I will say one thing. I got banned from Dave & Buster's for plagiarizing myself in front of kiddos. That's why you're getting banned out there. I will say I didn't announce it, I guess, on a live stream or anything, but one, I just want to thank all of you on YouTube and TikTok for following, liking, subscribing, all of that stuff, because I was able to get the press designation essentially at the 2021 Sundance Film Festival. So that's insane that I get to go to Sundance this year. Again, it is a virtual council, so I will be watching the movies on my couch, but I also think that it's really cool that I was able to do that after, again, this weird journey of randomly reviewing movies on YouTube and now being able to cover a film festival a little bit early, not only just going to it, but becoming or being press at that film festival. But also in 2021, I also in March get to go to the South by Southwest Film Festival as well, which I think is a virtual one, because that's making up for last year because they didn't have it. So the first 3 months of the year, I have 2 film festivals under the belt, which is really, really cool. So again, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do it with all of you guys and gals out there for following and all of that stuff. Like it's literally, it's really cool. Because again, all of this stuff is based on support and following, and apparently they saw that I had enough following, but also they liked my content, I guess, enough that they were like, "Hey, this guy maybe is somewhat professional. Let's let him be press." So it was really cool. I just subbed on the tubes. Oh, thank you so much, Hunter. Thank you so much for following and subscribing, sir. I appreciate that. Sir or madam, I'm not too sure, I guess. I shouldn't assume thing. Mr. I-100, no, thank you, Jared. Your channel made me get through 2020. Well, you know what? Thank you. I mean, you tuned in almost every Tuesday about halfway through the year. And just kind of hung out and chatted, and that's what I love, is all of you guys just hanging out and doing your thing. Mike Media, we got Mike Media in here, which shout out to Mike Media. He was on the SoCo show last week. We did an interview with him and just kind of talked about a short film that he had just put together. Showed Mike some love, and Mike, I don't know if you can throw links in the chat. Link your short film, and then people can check it out. I don't know if it'll block it or not, but drop that and see if you can do that. And then JBuck is my film critic mentor. Well, thank you, Mike. And then Toast Media coming in here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, JBuck is daddy. Yeah. Ooh, that sounded really gross. I regret everything I just said right there, Toast. I'm sorry, but yeah, every time, you're getting all hot and steamy, and I just feel like I gotta douse you in some hot, warm butter. Let's see here. We got a question over on TikTok. Off topic. This is what we're all about, man. We're off topic all the time. Would you rather eat a small thing of candle wax or eat a bee? Honestly, I might eat a bee because, one, I can say that I ate a bee, but like I want it to be in like honey, because I've seen a bunch of people drink honey that has like a little bit of a bee in it, and I think that that's weird and interesting. But then again, if I eat the bee, is it gonna like sting me coming in? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see here. Big ass. Hey, we got Art in the chat. What is going on, Art? Always a supporter, always commenting. Big ass headphones. Did you get those from Santa? No, I did not. These are actually my old PlayStation 4 ones because, as you know, I got a PlayStation 5. And actually, for Christmas, I got my PlayStation 5 headphones. So the 5 headphones are over there, and now these ones I'm using for my PlayStation 4, which is in my streaming area over here, and also for my computer and editing and whatnot. Speaking of PlayStation 4 and everything like that, I want to, in 2021, start streaming more because I know Dan Jensen, again, mentor, icon, international superstar of Group X, album out now, check it out. He does like kind of a weekly stream of GTA and stuff like that, and I really want to get back into playing video games because I was for a while streaming over on Twitch, but I think that I might take that and instead of dividing the fan base, start streaming video games here on YouTube again and also somehow getting TikTok involved with that. And I think that it might be just one of those things where maybe a couple times during the week I'd turn on some random game and just play and hang out, and whoever stops by, stops by. But it's a thing that I think I mentally need to do that to take my brain off of just movies, but to like diversify and have more content and just kind of, again, hang out. And I think it'd be fun to get other people on. Like I know that Tyler, him and Patrick, we used to play games all the time together. So I think it'd be fun to get people involved with that and just kind of hang out. Yeah, Tyler, no, you're 100% correct that gotta play Cyberpunk even with all those crashes, dude. Oh my God. I don't know why Cyberpunk right now is a bad relationship. I keep going back to it, but I know it's not good for my health. I know it's going to piss me off. And at the end, I'm just going to be frustrated by the end of the night because no lie, every night I will play it. And I'm like to a really pivotal part of like breaking down like an enemy fortress, slowly doing stealth with my katana, ripping these fools apart. And then the game crashes on me. And I'm just like, what the heck? Why did I? And then I have to start over. 45 minutes of gameplay gone. So it's almost a thing where Cyberpunk is going to be the death of me. Like I'm loving it, but I'm hating it at the same time. What is going on, Rye Guy? What is going on? Hey, man, what's good? Just hanging out, chatting, asking or answering some questions, all of that stuff. What is going on with you, sir? And then Landon, oof. Yes, oof indeed. I'm all for it for you to try different things. Yeah. It's one of those things. Oh, no, Cyberpunk. Yeah, Cyberpunk has been the bane of my existence recently. And it's funny because right after this, I should watch Cobra Kai, but I just want to turn on Cyberpunk and run around the city with my katana and rocket launcher that is built into my arm, but I know that it's just going to treat me poorly. I don't deserve that. Mike Media, show him some love. He just got his Audible sponsorship. That's awesome, man. Congrats on that for sure. I'm the worst at driving in Cyberpunk, literally crash into everything while driving. Tyler, I'm curious, are you driving in the first person, like in the cockpit, or not the cockpit, in the driver's seat, or did you have to rip it out to third person view? Because I got so, like, literally motion sickness from trying to drive in the driver's seat that I had to change the settings to have it outside third person. And even then, I got tricked into buying like one of the worst cars ever because I thought it was a part of the mission or game that it was like, hey, go buy this car. And I went and spent like $30,000 on a car, and it's a shitty car. And I was like, what the heck? Can I have my money back? Nope, there's 30. Basically, I learned. Don't go and waste your money on ridiculous vehicles in the game. Instead, get robot legs that you can jump higher, and then get a rocket launcher in your arm. Those are the two things you want in Cyberpunk. Anyways, though, we are probably going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone who hung out and had fun. Hang out, This has been a weird year. We all made it. We had some fun times. We did some good things. We had some highs. We had some lows. Some people just absolutely hitting the lottery. Dan, again, Group X. Check out their latest album out now. Cool stuff. And, some people just didn't have, great things happen to them. Like my car doesn't work now. I found that out yesterday, so I might have to get a new car, aka I don't have money to get a new car, so that'll be an interesting thing for sure. Just broke up with my boyfriend, want to hang at text. Oh my gosh, big Mike Media ending 2020 with a bang, no doubt. There he goes, man. Hell yeah, Mike, get it. Get it indeed. Anyways, though, people, everyone have a great New Year's. We will be back next week, again, with maybe a little bit different of a show where we might be playing some video games. We might just be doing this again where it's just me talking, hanging out, having a good time. We might play a game. And also maybe just some random movie news, just fun stuff indeed for sure. But I will be working on probably tomorrow. If I can't get this I Know What You Did Last Summer video through the copyright process, I'm going to chunk it out into 2 videos again and upload them. And then moving forward, those reaction videos, there will be a different editing format just to beat the system. I don't want to do it, but it's what all these other reaction channels are doing, and somehow they are showing success, and that's what we got to do. So yeah. Toast is saying, wait, it's over already? Yeah, unfortunately it is, man. Thanks again so much, dude. Cheese Steak UV Philadelphia. Yeah, people, Group X. The album is called Cheesesteak UV Philadelphia. Go and check it out. Show him some support. I think you can Google it, and it's only $10. Again, Dan worked very well on that, or hard on that. I mean, it's one of those things that essentially it's his dream came true. And then Dan is saying, Dan Roder jumping in here, WW84 was so good. All right, people. Perfect. Again, we will be back Thursday, every Thursday, the SoCo Show. I am on that podcast. It's a fun, essentially comedy, entertainment, movie podcast, so be sure to start following and listening to them. The SoCo Show, SOCO, great podcast. Oh wow, you said hard on. Dan, oh my gosh. Okay, apparently I don't know what Dan's actual album name is because I'm an idiot. But I'm going to get the hell out of here because I need to go drink and then watch Cobra Kai. So everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for making this year better than what it was and whatnot. And we will be back next week. Brand new year, brand new everything. Who knows? I might have a new logo and graphics and all sorts of that stuff. But we'll see you guys later. Stay safe. Have a good new year. And we will, we're out of here.